Hello and welcome back. Now today we're going to be doing a headlight conversion kit on our old work truck. Now this one's going to be different because we're not going to be using the LED light kit conversion kits we've been getting lately. Because for the square body with 4 headlights, and really anything with 4 headlights, the cost of an LED conversion kit can be kind of expensive. Now the one from Octane Lighting is roughly about $150 some odd plus shipping. Now what I got is from TCB Overstock on eBay, and it was $57.99 with free shipping. And this kit is a conversion kit, and it's for the newer style halogen lights. Now the big thing I'm worried about looking at is the housings for them. Now they're supposed to have LEDs in them as well as with the halogen bulb. Thing about the bulbs are, I'm not too worried about them because we can always go down to the parts store and go buy different bulbs if we don't like them. But they're coming with the kit, so we're going to give them a try too. But as long as the housing is there, later on we can get some LEDs and convert in there, or we can just stick to the halogen if they work well enough. And that's what we're going to do. Now, like I said, $58 for all 4, including the bulbs and everything to go with it. Doesn't sound like a bad deal. I'm pretty sure they're Chinese, but we're going to give them a shot anyway because they were cheap, and see what happens. Now, first I'm going to show you what I have now, so you can compare it extremely well. Which, right now I'm actually cheating because I've swapped the low beams and the high beams. So, my high beams are actually up top, where my dim should be, because the lows didn't work when I got it, and honestly I've been too cheap and lazy to replace them. Ain't gonna lie about it. But also it's a little bit better seeing at night because these headlights suck, honestly. So hopefully it'll be a good improvement, and hopefully it'll be worth the $60 we paid for it. Alright, now here's the lights, and this is exactly how they come packaged. Honestly, not very well. I'll let y'all read that. So the good thing is they're saying if it's broke or damaged, let them fix it. Give them a call or email first. And they got their number and their email on here. At least that's a positive side. Now these obviously don't look stock, so we're going to know there's a difference, and that tape in the residue is horrible. Now it looks like it should plug in to our factory harness there. We can pull that off. Now I'm not sure, we may be able to find a bulb like that somewhere, but hopefully these will work and we won't have to worry about it. And you see, hopefully the reflective in there will help. It's got these LEDs, which I'm probably going to hook up all 4 for driving lights, just for fun. Maybe hook them up to the turn signals, which I may do that, just that way everyone can see the turn signals and they can't make up excuses. So that's probably what we'll do, and you can do it any way you want. I think I may try the turn signals just for the fun of it. Now these are just supposed to be white or blue, I can't remember, because it's been a while. They were actually stuck in shipping because of the weather lately. I honestly don't remember what color they were. But thankfully, even though it's not very well packaged, they don't really look damaged. That holder seems alright. It's it's definitely not the best. Hopefully we won't have issues with that. But we'll never know until we try. Yeah. Now they are all 3-prong. So we're just going to put them in as is. We're going to see what happens. And thankfully, so far, no lenses are busted. Seems solid enough. They look good enough though. But now on to the next step. Now if you can see, the fitment issue we're having with these is actually we're going to have to open that hole up a little bit in order for these to fit all the way through and sit flush like they're supposed to, so we can get our trim back on. Now you can see I've trimmed out a good amount to get it to fit, and that leaves me a little bit of play all the way around. Now I took these out and just used a pair of 10 snips. Real easy to cut, but if you don't want to pull the housing off and possibly break the little plastic adjuster holders, then you probably just grab a cutoff wheel and an air compressor. Do it right there real quick. Now for some of you installing these conversion kits, there is a little bit of problem with the wiring when you go to the H4 style headlights. And what usually happens when you just plug them in as is, this will be dim, and then you'll see a bit of yellowish because this is trying to light up. And when you turn on the brights, this will light up and this will turn yellow and dim. Now, what I discovered, and this is This is probably for General Motors. Other manufacturers, I'm not sure of. But what I had to do is actually cut apart the plastic connector. Now, if you got a new plastic connector and it's good, I suggest cutting the wires off further back and put new terminals on them. But mine was plastic, was gone. The terminals are falling out of it anyway, so it didn't matter. But what we got here is the ground is on the right side if the middle terminal's up. Our high beam is here on the right, and then our brownish yellowish wires are here in the middle and the top, and that'll be both sides. Not sure if you can see that well. The ground on left, green on right, and brown top middle. Now going for the high beams, you can see my green is on the right as well. Now, I was having issues installing these until I realized I'm going to have to rewire them. They're not plug and play as they say they are, but that's really not that bad. So now that we got all that fixed, what we're going to do is, I realize these are actually supposed to be white LEDs. They came in blue, and probably having blue flashing is a big no-no, apparently, in the state of Arkansas. Apparently blue, red, and green is apparently reserved for emergency vehicles. I'm not sure why green. I've never seen green. Maybe one of y'all can tell me what green emergency vehicles are with the green lights. I've never seen one. But that takes away from the ideal of hooking these LEDs into the turn signals, which would have been cool. Okay, there we have it. Now, after the first street with the new headlights, I had to stop, readjust them a little bit, and I can see even better because I had them a little too high. And after the second street, there's still a little bit more to adjust to it, but in all reality, to me, it's much better. Now the old yellow bulb stood out a little bit more, but overall, with these, the road is more illuminated. You can see more of the road, and you can see more of the sides, which is great. And really, surprisingly, for $58 for all four, it's not that bad. The only thing we had to do is figure out the wiring on it, where it plugged in a little bit. That was not a big issue. And if we want to upgrade later, since these are just housings now, we can go down to the local parts store and just get different H4 bulbs and put in here if we want a little bit brighter. Or we can just buy the LED conversions without the housing, which will save us money later, and go that route if we want. So it wasn't a bad deal. I honestly thought they would be a little bit brighter, but they're still better than what was stock. Now, also taking consideration, the lights I was using to drive the first time on stock were actually the high beams placed in the low beam section. So I did cheat a little bit, but that's what I drove around with so I could see a little bit better. But these light up the area much better. Now, the only flaws I saw was the fact that you had to modify the housing for those to fit, and then the retainer clips for the bulbs, they come loose very quick. If you got your hands around there working on something and bump it, it usually unlocks and the bulb will start moving. That's the one downside I saw to it. Now these turned out to be blue LEDs, which I don't know if we can get away with. I got them on quick disconnects, so if I get in trouble I can just simply and quickly disconnect them. Now the LEDs though, what I noticed on the back side of them is they look like they're changeable. So if all fails, I can call the manufacturer and change the color of the LEDs, because they look like there's 2 screws for each one. Pull them out, put the new ones in, and done. So that can be an option there, hopefully. I haven't checked into it, but it could be. Now, hopefully, a lot of you found this helpful in deciding on which route you want to go. Now, usually I go with an octane lighting, but I did want to go a little bit different this time, because I want to try a different product. And this was $20 cheaper than the octane lightings conversion kit for the H4 bulbs. So saving a little bit of money helped, and it's not bad, especially for $58 for all four. So that's a bonus. Now keep watching, go ahead and like and subscribe, because I will be doing more videos, and you never know what product I may try next or what project I'll be working on, and you never know, I can save you some time and money later on. So go ahead and hit the like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.